Hello and a very good evening. Long back I'd heard a line coming in from a friend of mine, and then I had done the research. And then I found out a gentleman named Manoj had come up with this beautiful line, and that says, I love listening to lies when I know the truth. I repeat, I love listening to lies, the truth. Tonight, if you ask me, how far has the sun traveled in the past 88 days? I don't know the answer. Tonight, if you ask me, how many kilometers, miles the moon has traversed in the past 88 days? I don't have the answer. But I know for sure, in the past 88 days, lies after lies, and lies even after those lies have created a web of lies that have traveled half of this world, only to come back today with this remark coming in from Sanjay Rai. Sanjay Rai, famous because of his infamous, shameful, horrific act of rape and murder. One who killed the Arjikot doctor, that Sanjay Rai, who has been arrested by Kolkata police, then given custody to CBI, now incarcerated behind bars, had this to say. You know what he has said today? Sanjay Rai, after being produced before Shialda court for admission of the charges, as trial would soon commence from 11th of November onwards, this is what Sanjay Rai had said after he was being taken out of the court premises. Listen it. If you're wondering what those beeps are for, or why we have implanted those beeps in a bite which is now going viral all across, then here's the answer, for which I don't need 88 days. The answer is, I do not want to give any platform to a rapist who has committed such an heinous crime. I do not wish to give any platform to an inhuman person who has committed such an inhuman act. If tomorrow the court decides that Sanjay Rai is innocent, and if Sanjay then decides to take me to court, files defamation, I would then apologize before him. But the facts lit staring into the eyes of one and all, and especially with those who had been dealing with this case since 9th of August. At least I will not tolerate this. Tonight would be remembered as how media had run after a rapist. This evening would be remembered even after court pronounces him guilty. This evening would be remembered for our voyeurism, that we ran after a rapist and allowed the rapist to give out that statement, allowed that rapist a platform to give out it. Yes, you would all want to say that no one is guilty until proven guilty in the law of in the court, or one is innocent until proven guilty. But do you apply the same logic for one and all? When it comes to name calling, do you apply the same? Some allegation of corruption on someone, that person is guilty if that person is of not your liking. And today, suddenly some of the media channels have found their liking for Sanjay Rai. They are doing shows after shows because Sanjay Rai apparently has claimed innocence, that he is being by his own department, that he has not committed the crime, and thus in order to sensationalize that very element, even though there is a CBI charge sheet in my hand, a same charge sheet which has also been deliberated upon. Stories have been done by those same news channels who are today trying to be a side for Sanjay Rai. I'm so sorry. Before coming for this live, I spoke to a couple of female reporters. I have a female journalist in my own team, and you should have heard the kind of agony they are going through. A rapist today has said, have not done anything, that I've been framed. And there is a section celebrating that statement, because that same section so far has celebrated the 150-gram theory. That same section has celebrated gang rape theory. That same section has celebrated all other conspiracy theories, one after the other, which have fallen out flat as nothing but lies after lies. I hang my head in shame tonight. I'm holding this charge sheet in my hand. Kolkata police is very bad. Their investigation cannot be trusted. I want to trust CBI's investigation too. Who will then investigate the case? And if you know for sure that Sanjay Rai has not done this, if you know for sure that Sanjay has been framed, if you know for sure that it is not an act of rape, an act of gang rape, then please kill the names involved in this crime. If you know for sure that Sanjay hasn't done this, it would only mean that you know who has done this. And if you know who has done this, then please go to CBI and give your statement. हवा में फेंक दिया, जय आज बाहर निकल के कह दिया मैंने तो कुछ नहीं किया, एकदम धोआ तुलसी पता नूनी. This is the charge sheet, and I want to read out some excerpts of the charge sheet. As he was produced before the court today and he wanted to make a statement, the judge did not allow. The judge said, sit down, even though it's happening in camera, which means media is not allowed inside. But what you are picking up from sources, he was not allowed a platform to speak out all lies, and not at this juncture. This CBI charge sheet, which entirely names Sanjay Rai, has also named Sanjay Rai as the person who has raped and killed the 31-year-old PGT doctor. And we will go by the charges and the allegations first made by Kolkata police, which you have discounted because you wish to trust Kolkata police. Fair enough, don't have to trust Kolkata police. But CBI has this to say. What is CBI saying? Let's go one by one. CBI saying that Sanjay Rai had left from his barrack, that is the 4th Battalion, along with his friend, whom we are not naming, who is also a civic volunteer, on his motorcycle and reached RG Medical College and Hospital on 8th of August 2024 for assisting in treatment of police family members, including another person who happens to be the cousin of Sanjay's friend, whom he had met. And that cousin of Sanjay's friend was actually admitted at RG Medical College and Hospital. So they went and met him. Thereafter, they left RG Medical College and Hospital and reached a bank, Allahabad Bank, Shobha Bazaar, at around 2:45 in the afternoon for depositing money in somebody's account. As the bank was closed, the money could not be deposited. Thereafter, they bought and consumed liquor. Sanjay Rai came back to the hospital and his friend went back to barrack. Again, his friend reached RG Medical College and Hospital at around 10:45 at night, 5th of August 2024. On whose request? On the request of Sanjay Rai. Thereafter, both of them went out from the hospital, consumed liquor again, and then they went to Chetla red light area. Now both went inside a house, purchased a beer, while his friend went inside a room with a sex worker, but Sanjay Rai drank only beer and did not have sex there. Both of them returned to RG Medical College and Hospital at around 3:20 in the morning, which is 9th of August 2024, where his friend had immediately left the hospital for his barrack, but Sanjay went to the first floor of the trauma center. Here's where the story begins. He went to the first floor of the trauma center building to ascertain about the scheduled operation of one admitted patient. However, he could not see anyone from the family of that person on that first floor of the trauma care building. Thereafter, he went to fourth floor, the emergency building, and thereafter he reached the third floor, which means he climbed down, took the stairs, he climbed down. He reached third floor of the emergency building. In fact, he did not take stairs. He came down to the third floor of the emergency building, the chest medicine department, at around 4:03 the morning of 9th of August 2024. Entered the seminar room where the victim was sleeping alone. Sanjay Roy committed the crime of rape and murder of the victim and left third floor at 4:32 in the morning, which means for about roughly 30 minutes he was there inside the seminar room, and this also there inside that seminar room. And CBI says Sanjay Roy has committed the rape and murder, and thereafter he left. To verify the movements of accused Sanjay Roy prior to his entry in RG Medical College and Hospital at 3:20 in the morning of 9th of August 2024, CCTV footages of different areas were collected. Which are these different areas? Chetla Red Light area, Allahabad Bank in Showa Bazaar, and other places he has visited through the course of the day. Now CBI, after having studied the CCTV footages of different areas as collected from the Traffic Police Lal Bazaar for the purpose of identification of the accused Sanjay Roy, footages found that he was present and his movements were ascertained. This is what CBI is saying, not Kolkata Police or Tamal Saha or NTT or anyone. This is what CBI is saying. Thereafter, the details of movement of accused Sanjay Roy as per the footages of the camera installed at the entrance of the trauma center, RG Medical College and Hospital, having coverage area of the entrance of the trauma center are here as below. It says that accused Sanjay Roy wearing a t-shirt and jeans, holding helmet in his left hand and earphones around his neck near the entrance gate of the trauma center building, and talked to a security guard whose name is also being given, I am not identifying him, and then entered the building. What time did this happen? Between 3:34 10 seconds and 3:34 34 seconds, which means roughly about 24 seconds. In the morning of 9th of August 2024, he was spotted by somebody at the very entrance of the trauma center. Thereafter, Sanjay Roy wearing the same t-shirt, holding helmet in his left hand and earphones around his neck, waves at the security guard, the same person, and then exits the trauma center. What time is? It's 3:36 4 second, and between 3:36 4 second and 3:36 10 second, which means again within 10 minutes or 12 minutes, he goes inside the trauma center, comes out, and thereafter he goes to the emergency building where you also have the seminar room, third floor. It clearly details out that Sanjay Roy had gone inside the emergency building, and every time description has been given from 4:03 till his exit, which is 4:32:30. And very interestingly, at 4:31, which means almost after he had entered inside the seminar room, he was again spotted at this CCTV camera, and accused Sanjay Roy is moving from the ward towards the camera, turn around and go back towards the ward again. And this point, as you have highlighted in our previous broadcast, possibly it was a moment of recollection for him. In an inebriated state, he had gone inside, he had committed the crime. While leaving the seminar room after having committed the crime, he realized possibly some senses worked that he must have been spotted on the CCTV. Thus, he went back to the ward, but then he knew there is no way he can just escape the situation. Thereafter, couple of seconds, in less than a minute, he crossed that same CCTV zone, but then in much more haste and speed, he literally whisked away from that spot, and that too has been caught on the CCTV camera. So CCTV camera is lying, everything is lying tonight. Only Sanjay Roy is speaking the gospel truth for a people. Again, I say the same section that had celebrated 150 grams theory. What else is CBI saying? CBI is saying that during investigation, the call details and CAF of his mobile phone, of accused Sanjay Roy's mobile phone, were obtained and analyzed, which also corroborated his presence at the hospital at the relevant time. Alright? Now, let's move on. It says that CBI team comprising experts from various divisions of CFSL New Delhi as well as AIMS New Delhi and of architects of CPWD inspected the scene of crime, and during the process photography videography was done by the CFSL. A sketch of the scene of crime was prepared and it was done by the experts of the team that was formed behind, not of Kolkata Police. During the investigation, the exhibits physical evidences seized by CBI from the scene of crime on 14th of August when they had visited, DVR seized from various locations of Arjikar Medical College and Hospital, fresh blood sample of accused, autopsy blood, viscera, electronic gadgets, that is laptop and mobile phone, and mobile of accused, Bluetooth neckband, earphone seized from scene of crime by local police, etc. were forwarded by CFSL Kolkata, New Delhi and Chandigarh for examination and opinion. And here's is the most clinch evidence. First thing first, the neckband that was around Sanjay Rai's neck, that was there at the scene of crime. So Sanjay Rai had gone inside the seminar room wearing that neckband. When he left that seminar room after committing the crime, he had forgotten to carry that, and that was the crucial evidence that had hit Sanjay Rai with the crime, and that's how he got arrested in less than 12 hours by Kolkata Police on 10th of August. Beg your pardon. In fact, he was quizzed on 9th of August itself. After night-long examination and interrogation, he was arrested by Kolkata Police on 10th of August. This is what the findings of CFSL Chandigarh, Kolkata, New Delhi, as per the forwards given by the CBI. It says that the jeans pant and the undergarments, blanket, bed sheet, clothespins, synthetic cotton lifted from of crime on which the human blood was found belonged to the victim. That's one. Nail cuttings and scrapings, pubic hair, combing, blood sample, lip swab, endocervical swab, vaginal swab, and other undergarments, everything which have been preserved during the autopsy were re-examined, and they belonged to the victim. Number one. Number two, urethral swab preserved during the medico-legal examination of the accused only proved that the human semen present belonged to accused Sanjay Rai. Hello Sanjay Rai, today you have claimed your innocence. This is what CBI's own finding also said, that the semen, human semen present belonged to Sanjay Rai. Today Sanjay Rai is saying that he has been planted. Today Sanjay Rai is saying that he has been framed. So somebody made him ejaculate. I'm so sorry for using this adult terminologies. We are dealing with a very sensitive subject, and that's the reason we do not want to lie to obfuscate the investigation and derail justice procedure. Today he is saying he's innocent. Where did his semen come from? Where did his semen come from? Semen has wings to fly. Flew down from his body to the place of crime. The swab collected from the body of the victim. I'm not specifically mentioning the body part because again I believe it's going to be traumatizing for the family members. Details could be descriptive, and that's the reason I am not giving out the details. Swab collected body part of the victim. Indicated the saliva detection, and the saliva belonged to accused Sanjay Rai. We are all adults. We know how a saliva travels out to a human body, under what circumstances. I apologize for being descriptive, but today somebody had the audacity to lie on camera. He has given a media statement, and I do not wish to be part of this history where we are to celebrate a rapist while he is claiming innocence. Where did his swab come from on the body of the victim? Again, somebody has collected his spit in hands because they wanted to frame Sanjay Roy and then taken it on the body of the victim. Who are you trying to fool? Short hair lifted from the area, from the spot, belonged to Sanjay Roy. Again, Sanjay would say that somebody came and just plucked hair from his hair or some other body and dumped it there. Selectively, one hair. One old navy blue color phone that belonged to the accused and had pairing with the and black colored Bluetooth earphone, again that belonged to Sanjay Roy. I mean, what more proof do you want? What more proof do you want? You know what more proof CBI had found, all by Kolkata police? Injuries on the body of Sanjay. Injuries on the body of Sanjay. And here comes the interesting part. During investigation, medical board of experts was constituted by head of department FMT AIMS Kalyani to examine the videography of the inquest proceedings and post-mortem examination with the post-mortem report and to opine whether the post-mortem report is consistent with the videography taken during the post-mortem examination, and AIMS Kalyani found that there is consistency. Inquest proceedings and the post-mortem examination videography are consistent with the post-mortem examination report found by who? CBI. During investigation on the request of CBI, Directorate General of Health Services constituted a multi-institutional medical board. A difficult term for you, Sanjay Roy? A multi-institutional medical board. A high-profile medical board CBI has formed. Medical board had found the cause of death was due to asphyxia as a combined effect of throttling and smothering. Rigor mortis was present all over the body at the time of conducting the post-mortem examination, which implies that this person died 12 to 18 hours prior to conduction of autopsy. Again, a coincidence, a time when Sanjay was there on the same floor in the seminar room where the victim was also lying, sleeping. She died around the same time. Act of God. The injuries related to hymen, which were fresh in origin, are clearly indicating that the victim had suffered forceful penetrative sexual assault. It is further corroborated with the report of swab taken from around both some body parts showing the presence of saliva belonging to Sanjay Roy. Who has re-examined this? The multi-institutional medical board constituted at the request of CBI. They have found the saliva found on the body of the victim matched with Sanjay Roy. There were injuries on the body of Sanjay Roy. There were total 5 injuries found on the body of the accused Sanjay Roy as described in the medical legal report, and are because of blunt force injuries consistent with the marks of resistance struggle by the victim. The age of this injury between 24 to 36 hours prior to the examination, which means around the same time when the victim died, these injuries came on the body of the victim. Again, a body of the accused. Again, an act of God. भूत आके उनको खरोच के गया? Absolutely not. That fighter doctor was trying to fight. And in that period of struggle, resistance, she was literally trying to fight this monster. And the injuries are the testimony of this fight. If there is something that we must realize, minus these lies, the politics, everything kept aside, in that moment the fight she had tried to put up, a fight that should be the mantra of everyone's life, and that fight gives us the spine to question Sanjay Roy and every other person who is trying to accept his blatant lie. Finally, CBI says Sanjay Roy has refused to give consent for narco. This is what Vineet Goyal, former police commissioner of Kolkata, had said on 10th of August, soon after Sanjay Roy's arrest. Listen to him.
CCTV evidence যে সময় ওকে ওখানে ঘুরতে দেখা গেছে এবং যে পিওতে কিছু কিছু আমরা জিনিসগুলো পেয়েছি ওই সব মিলিয়ে আমরা কনক্লুড করেছি and then interrogation হয়েছে. We have interrogated several witnesses, doctors and others, and in total putting this all together we have concluded that there is a very, very strong complicity as far as the accused is concerned. For us, he is a criminal of the highest order, and we would see to it that he gets the highest punishment.
So you heard the Kolkata Police Commissioner. You heard Kolkata Police Commissioner, former Kolkata Police Commissioner, who according to several junior doctors lacked a spine. Fair enough, we are not even getting in there. He has been removed, he's in some other department now. CBI was given this investigation on 13th of August. From 14th of August onwards, they have been doing the investigation. And CBI's own assessment is Sanjay Roy committed the crime. What is the harm in accepting the truth? Sanjay Roy, if there are other people who have facilitated this process, they should also be hanged. But by giving a platform to a person like Sanjay Roy, who is now claiming innocence, aren't you doing a disservice to justice? The process of justice? The process of the truth? All this while, there had been lies after lies. 150-gram theory. Have you forgotten? It still travels on social media. That same section today is celebrating what Sanjay has said. Before coming on this live, I was watching a channel. For a change, I just watched that channel accidentally. Whatever the name of the channel is, I call it P Public, because it pees absolute blatant brazen lies on public. That P Public was literally celebrating this statement because they want to corner the government. Do they not realize that while their endeavor is to corner a government for whatever reason, for whatever editorial policy, not even getting in there, are they accidentally, knowingly, unknowingly condoning a rapist? We will question that. We will question that. We will question that. Again I say, if tomorrow court says Sanjay is innocent, I will go back to him, hold his feet and apologize. If he wants to go me to gallows, I will go that. But I have confidence in my journalism. I know what I have gone through. I know the details. Thus, while they were celebrating grams, we were showing you what Sanjay did that night. Go back to that story. While they were celebrating one lie after the other, we have stuck around to facts and facts alone. Because for us, justice matters. And you know how Sanjay has gotten this guts? Because there are people who in the garb of protest have tried pushing a political agenda. There are people who in the garb of protest, in the name of justice, had even said that they are serial. And in that serial, it shows there is a lot of intelligence collection mechanism. and they can crack the case like this. So if that can happen in real, why can't that happen in real life? And thus she wants to refuse the CBI probe, refuse to believe the CBI findings. You have forgotten, here's that classic soundbite, an epic soundbite that no one can ever forget, that my colleague Titash had gotten for us. Please play that soundbite.
করা হয়েছিল কিন্তু সিবিআই এর বক্তব্য যে প্রমাণ নাকি পাওয়া যায়নি, প্রমাণ পাওয়া যায়নি কি আমি জানি না। এইসব সিরিয়ালে কি দেখায়, জগদ্ধাত্রী থেকে আরম্ভ করে সিরিয়ালে দেখা যায় ইন্টেলিজেন্স অফিসাররা সব বার করে দিচ্ছে। কই আমাদের ইন্টেলিজেন্স অফিসাররা তাহলে কি ব্যর্থ? তাহলে ব্যর্থ? এটা রিয়েল লাইফের মধ্যেই বলছি, সমস্ত প্রমাণ আছে। প্রাক্তন কর্তা উপেন বিশ্বাসের ভিডিওগুলো দেখুন, তাদের বক্তব্যগুলো শুনুন। তিনি সিবিআই ইন্টেলিজেন্স অফিসার, তিনিও বলেছেন আমরা প্রত্যেকে জানি 7 জন 8 জন ছাড়া গণ নির্যাতন করা যায় না। এক হাতে গলা ধরবো, এক হাতে মুখ চাপবো, এক হাতে তার শরীরে 1000 ধাক্কা মারবো, তার পেলভিক গার্ডেল ভেঙে দেবো। আমি বিএসসি স্টুডেন্ট।
ম্যাম পেলভিক গার্ডেল যেটা ভেঙে দেওয়ার কথা বলছেন, সেটা পরে এরকম রিপোর্টে এসেছে পোস্টমর্টম রিপোর্টে বলা হয়েছে যে ফ্র্যাকচার ছিল না।
ফরেনসিক রিপোর্টটাই তো মিথ্যা, এটাই তো একটা বড় সেটিং। আপনারা বুঝতে পারছেন না? এটা তো দিনের আলোর মতো পরিষ্কার। ফরেনসিক রিপোর্ট টালা থেকে, টালার ওসি থেকে, যেটাকে লাইনে দেওয়া হয়নি, বিল দেওয়া হয়নি, সমস্ত কিছু ওরা বদমাইশি করে প্রমাণ লোপাট করেছে।
It is because of she and people like she who question truth like this, Sanjay Rai has gotten the guts today to say that he is innocent. If you are innocent, Rai, here are a couple of questions. Couple of questions for you, Sanjay Rai, or whoever is counseling you, whoever is trying to, put these thoughts in your mind, whoever is tutoring you. These questions are for them. What was Sanjay doing so late at night in the hospital? What was he doing so late? What was he doing in this hospital, Archikor Medical College and Hospital, so late at night at 3:20 in the morning of 9th of August 2024? Question number 2. How did his call records and tower location match, indicating his presence in hospital? Question number 3. CCTV footage shows Sanjay on the 3rd floor walking towards the seminar room and then leave after 30 minutes. CCTV cameras lying. Sanjay's Bluetooth found at the place of crime. How did the Bluetooth reach there? Had wings to fly there from one place to another? Sanjay's bodily fluids found on the victim's body. How did they travel from Sanjay to the victim's body? How did Sanjay's hair fall on the mattress? Why did Sanjay take 86 days to claim his innocence? We did have an appearance of Sanjay Roy while he was produced before the court on 10th of August, and he was being brought out of the court and then bundled inside the vehicle. We have that visual, and you can see him coming out all calm, composed, like a dude, as if he has done nothing wrong, confident himself. Why didn't he shout then, "Hey media, I did not do anything, I've been framed by Kolkata police, by my department, by the government"? Did he do so? Realization came after 86 days of his arrest. Wow. He didn't know that for a crime of this nature, he will be hanged or at least life imprisonment. That realization has only dawned after 86 days. It's written "fool" on my head. Why has Sanjay refused narco test? Can someone say that to me? Why has Sanjay refused a narco test? You know why he refused a narco test? Because narco test is slightly different than polygraph test. Polygraph test is a different way of finding out the acts of deception. There are machines which are kind of placed on your body, and that gives you an analysis whether you are lying or trying to hide something. Narco test is basically you have been injected a medicine in your body, would kind of intoxicate you, and under the influence of that you are only and only expected to speak out the truth because you would be taken, you know that medicine would take you in the sense of hallucination. So narco test can actually make you reveal a lot more than what you have revealed before CBI or Kolkata police so far, and you have refused a narco test. How did Sanjay sustain all these injuries on his body? And my final question, who is tutoring Sanjay Roy? Who is tutoring Sanjay Roy? If you think that I've given up on the investigation, you're highly mistaken. Just wait for a couple of days. Actually trying to dig in more, and I'm this close to finding a startling truth, a revelation about Sanjay Roy that's going to be equally shocking. Working on it, wait for a couple of days. But I have not given up on this investigation, and I have not given up on justice. So dear Sanjay Roy, I'm so sorry, you can't be dear, because to me, you're an accused who has done a heinous crime, barbaric in nature, killed a life. And finally, I leave with this final finding of CBI. As CBI said that during investigation conducted so far, involvement of accused Sanjay Roy has been clearly established in the commission of offences punishable under section 64, 66, 1031 of BNS 2023. You think CBI has written clearly, just like that? The word clearly has a lot of significance. And please, 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 those who are obsessed with the public or any other that has celebrated 150-gram theory, you have all your luxury to go back to them. Do whatever you want. But I will not show his soundbite, because I will not give this man any platform to spew the blatant lies. And hear me out, I will also not be part of this act of shame, where for sensationalism and voyeurism, one would choose to side with a rapist. Tonight, I leave you with this one line with which I started the show. I love listening to lies because I know the truth. Are you loving this whole idea of lies one after the other because you know the truth? It's a question for one and all. For all the viewers who have connected with us, thank you so much. Do take care. And we will be coming back on live broadcast very shortly on another shocking expose concerning Arjikor. Thank you. Good night.